How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out skins for this week, and with Valentine's Day being this Thursday, we're gonna have to go ahead and check out some Valentine's skins. So, with the 14th coming up, most of these skins are gonna be Valentine's, but there's a few that snuck in that I felt were just too good to pass by, but there was a ton others. So if you're a skin creator and you didn't see your skin this week, there's a big chance it might show up next week. Especially if it was part of another set, I'll just say that. So I don't want to make any promises, but don't worry, if you had a good skin and it didn't make it in this video, it could still be there next week, okay? So let's keep that in mind. So starting off, we've got this cool little set right here. And this one is brought to us by, I believe, Nixon. And it is the Heartbreaker metal set, or high qual set. And it has a very, like, electrical look to it, but I would really liked here, which kind of fit into the Valentine's theme, is this little heart right here. And the breaker part is hilarious because, you know, breaker, electricity, electrical breaker, but heartbroken. It was just clever. I liked it. I think they did a good job. And I think it's a very unique set. It kind of has some similar looks to the Cobalt stuff with the coloration-wise, but it's very different with all the electrical stuff. I like the panel here receiving electricity, and it's just really great. Kind of reminds me, like, this dude, he can't, like, survive without electrical parts connected to him. Now, the one thing a lot of people I think are going to ask is, does it glow? So we'll check out everything at the end for glowing. Hopefully I don't forget this time, as I usually do. So let's move on to the next piece. We're going to be looking at deployables now. We've got this awesome door over here. It's roses and skulls. It's the Dead Valentine door by Johnny. It is a sheet metal door. I particularly like the little heart right down here, the broken heart. I think that's pretty cool. We check it out over here. You can see it in a much better light because of the way the sun is sitting. And it's just a really nice door. I think you did a good job. I love the different, just the vines and everything. I think it's really well done. There's another heart, of course, down there, and it just looks really unique. And I think it's one that would sell pretty well. Next, we've got a continuation of the Toxic set by Little Ranger, and the Toxic Garage Door has come. This one is a no-brainer. The Toxic set is worth quite a bit on the market right now, has sold amazingly, and this will just follow right up with it. I love he's got his, you know, typical kind of symbols here and there. We've got all the toxic goo sticking and leaking out of there, and of course the toxic goo glows, which again we'll show at the end of the video. And yeah, I just think he's done a great job. This one's definitely a no-brainer. Next up, we have two furnaces. I couldn't decide between the two, so we've got a furnace from Jensen and a furnace from Ignore Moose, who's a newcomer. And they're both kind of like heart face furnaces, and I just had to go ahead and bring them on. Now, the one thing that Jensen's furnace does have is the glowing hearts for the eyes kind of thing. They also glow up top here, which I think is really nice. Or emissive, you know what I mean, guys. It's not really glowing, but the light shines through. I also like the little carvings, like love and kiss and all that down here. But this one definitely has a nice little look to it as well, so I wanted to make sure to show both of them. And yeah, so that's kind of it with our furnaces. Now let's take a look. We've got one last deployable, and it is this really nice box by Odyssey, I believe. Yes, Odyssey. And it's just so nicely carved. It looks like a nicely hand-carved box, you know, for someone's, I don't know, Valentine's or maybe a marriage dowry. I don't know, but it's definitely a really cool box. It screams Valentine's Day, and it's just perfect. So I had to make sure to include it this week. So let's go take a look at the guns. Guns, guns, guns. We've got lots of guns. But first, we've got this awesome hammer. We haven't had a cool hammer for a while, and I just love this one. It's great. I think Hatson did a great job with the Valentine's hammer, and it's definitely one I'd love to see in game. And it's just really neat. It looks great. Next up, we've got this adorable cat rock. Now, it isn't Valentine's Day, but it's cute, so why not fit it right in with Valentine's? I mean, who doesn't want this cat? He's sitting on his little bed, and he's just chilling out, and then you can just bash someone to death with it. Shedman has done an amazing job at making a bunch of ridiculous hammers, rocks, and tools, and awesome looking stuff, and none of them have gotten any attention lately, so I really, really hope this one makes it into game, just because it's adorable, and, I mean, what isn't great about bashing people's heads in with an adorable cat? I mean, come on. Yeah, where else could you do that but Rust? Next, We've got a continuation. If you guys remember the lightning toy sword, well, now there's a fire sword. That's right, we've got the flame or fire slasher by Mishka, and you gotta say, I mean, it's a no-brainer. The lightning sword did amazing. This, once again, looks great in the same way, like a toy sword. Just, it's great. I love this, and it has that kind of like cell shading to it that just kind of brings home that cartoony look on it. It's an amazing job. I love the look of it, and I think this would do wonderful on the market once again. Next, we've got this really cool crossbow. Now, I usually try not to include two things from the same person unless they're of the same set, you know, so we can give everyone a fair chance. But this demonic crossbow from Little Ranger, I just couldn't pass it up. And crossbows and cupids and bow and arrow kind of fits into it, so who knows. You've got screaming skulls, you've got glowing embers, and who knows, not everyone's Valentine's Day goes down in beautiful hearts and wonderfulness, so, you know, that's a good possibility there. Next, Bad Trip has brought us this extra Valentine's Day treat. It is the semi-automatic Cupidon, I guess. And it's got cupids, it's just Valentine's-y, aiming down the sights. You've got a nice heart up in your face with a pink sight. You got the white rope and the blue. I like the blue little part with the red hearts on it. I think that fabric is really cool looking. And I also like that when you reload, you're essentially popping a present into the bottom of the rifle. I think that's really cool. It's a neat addition, and I would love to see this one make it into game. Next, we've got a pump shotgun from Moon. And I think that Moonfighter has done a great job here. I love the front of it with like the engraved hearts, and I think those are candies? Yeah, definitely candies, and you just gotta love it. Then there's the kiss marks on the handle there, on the top of the gun right there, and then you've got kind of like the grip. I just like it. Aiming down the sight, you got a nice little heart that stares back in your face. I think it's well done, and I would love to see this one make it. So we have 3 more weapons. Let me swap them out with our first few things there. Now this one was just too much to pass up, and these chrome pearlescent painted holographic set from Milo is just amazing. And everyone always likes stockless AKs, so that's why I went with the stockless. They're a lot more rare, so it's not just the same AK kind of thing. And I love the fact that as you turn, it changes color, just as a pearlescent paint job on, let's say, like a car would. And it's awesome. I mean, how can you not love this? It's absolutely stunning, and it just kind of outdoes the tempered stuff, you know? Definitely want to see this one in game. Let's go ahead and aim down the sight so you guys can see that. And I mean, even the sight changes as you move around. So I love it. It's great. Hopefully this one can make it into game. It'd probably be the expensive skin of the week. Next up, Zinferno has brought us the MP5 of love. We've got the Valentine Mp5, and it is covered in hearts, 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 and more hearts. When you aim down the sight, what do you get? Hearts. Hearts, 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 and hearts, followed by a nice bronzed kind of color. And it's Valentine's Day all together. I mean, can't say much more than that. Lastly, we've got this really cool looking LR. This LR is brought to us by Andre, and it is actually part of his punk girl set. But hey, you know, it's pink, it's got hearts, it's got a kissy face on it. It just fit right into Valentine's theme, whether it's Valentine's Day meant to be or not. I mean, come on, we got hugs and kisses and a heart drawn on with a smiley face. It's got a pink sight. It just fits in. So guys, that does it. I hope you like the Valentine skins and a few extras. Remember, next week, I'm going to be trying to be doing something kind of like maybe a complete the set kind of idea, where I'm going to go back and find things that maybe it's just a face mask without a chest. Maybe it's something that's been sitting on the market for a while, but it was only a face mask and now they've made a chest. Or maybe it's a kilt for a high qual set, or maybe it's a road sign version of the rest of the whatever. So that's kind of what we'll be doing then. I hope you all have a happy Valentine's Day. If you don't have a significant other, well, you know, go treat yourself or something. We'll see you on Thursday for excuse me, my voice is dying. What skins get accepted, and any kind of update information we might have. But since the patch just came out, that might be kind of thin. Now I have the hiccups. So we're going to go ahead and end the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Almost forgot to show the glow. So here's the crossbow, guys. You can see it's pretty much just kind of like the embers and then the tips of the string, which is really interesting. I think that's pretty unique. And then, of course, we got the glow here on the garage door, all leaking through. And then here's what the two furnaces look like at night. So there we go. All right, guys, seriously, for this time, though, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.